guys, Fu here, and I'm bringing you my review for Jack and Jill's Haunted Hill for 2013. Jack and Jill's Haunted Hill is located out at 4907 West Bell Road in Glendale. It's a different location than what they were at last year. Their general admission is $12, and they have a VIP, which gets you a faster line and some goodies for $25. Sort of as a warning slash just general info, Jack and Jill's is a little bit different than a lot of the other haunts in the area. It's not so much a Halloween-themed haunted house so much as it is sort of a step into a psychological thriller, serial killer type thing. So some of it can be a little bit more adult and graphic, not necessarily in the sexual context, but in the violent context. So this probably isn't the best idea for young kids or people who are more sensitive to things like that. But I honestly think that angle gives Jack and Jill's an edge. Personally. Anyway, for your money, this is one maze, but it's really solid, and the price is right. There was currently a coupon running around for Jack and Jill's. I had it linked on my Facebook page, and it got you in for $10, which, compared to other things in the valley, is a steal. Jack and Jill's tells sort of a story about this abandoned mine shaft where people keep disappearing, and then you find out that there's killers and stuff. You get the intro to the story in a video form inside the first room of the haunt. The video is really well done. It's interesting. It ties it into the real world, and I find that compelling. And then you sort of unfurl the rest of the story as you move through the haunt. Everything in Jack and Jill's is really well done. It gives you a good feeling of moving through a sort of mine shaft that's very dark. You get these cool lanterns hanging, and you can almost kind of see where you're going, but not quite. It's a really effective use of the darkness in that I'm still having a low light thing where I can continue to move through the space, but I can't tell when the actors are coming up. I can't tell what's hitting me in the face. It's really good. It's really well done. I think the only way we could get a better idea of, like, moving into sort of a mine shaft type thing is if it was in a mine shaft. The actors are really great. In the beginning, you get sort of more of that startle scare, and they do a really great job of it. I jumped at a couple points, which is becoming really hard for people to do. There's great sort of ideas of sort of indoor versus outdoor spaces within, the whole thing's inside a building, but it sort of creates that idea of indoor, outdoor, and there's really solid acting throughout. Jack and Jill's also sort of has staged rooms where you move into the space, you can't immediately see the exit, and then a scene plays out before you. This happened last year as well. Everything's different this year, by the way. You'll recognize the basic idea, but the experience is completely different. The staged rooms, again, are really great, really tricky, and have amazing, amazing actors in them. In both of them. They were just really solid. And there's some cool, tricky things going on with the hidden doors and stuff like that throughout the haunt, which are really great. One of the other things that makes Jack and Jill's really stand out for me is the complete and utter lack of animatronics. And I don't mean that in the where are they way, I mean that in the everywhere another place would use an animatronic, there's a live person at Jack and Jill's. The woman all cut up on the table is an actor. Like, okay, she's not actually cut up, but done up or placed in the table so that she looks like she is. And it really makes the experience visceral, I guess. Because, there's a real person there. It's not a dummy going, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." It's a person screaming at you to, like, help them. It's compelling, it's interesting, it's creepy and scary as crap. And, the sort of, you have your basic sort of, moments, but you also get this sort of victim versus killer thing that you don't necessarily see at all the other haunts. So when you see someone on the table and then they come and start, making noises around you or threatening you, it's a little bit more threatening than in other situations, I think. There's also some really great timed scares throughout this haunt that do a really great job. They're messing with sort of lighting. There's one point where they specifically, not blind you, but give you a bright light, so then you're moving into the next room sort of a little bit dazed. And just playing with everything. It's a really, really great experience. I adored the acting. I adore the environment. I adore everything. I mean, I went through multiple times and was still interested all the times I went in. I can't say that every haunt could do that with the same layout and the same setup. I mean, I get bored with some haunts just going back a year later and seeing it not changed. Jack and Jill's Haunted Hill is working hard to bring you a great scare. It is not on the budget of something like 13th Floor. It's not on the scale of Fear Farm. But I think for your $12 entrance, I mean, this is a great experience. This is a bunch of people who really love haunted houses trying to make the best haunted house they can, and I think it shows immensely in what they're doing. And it's one of my it's one of my favorites to go through because it's interesting and different. So if you're a multiple haunt person and you're kind of bored with the standard everything else, I'd say give Jack and Jill's a try. It's a great time. It's well done. The acting's great. It's a good haunt. I wish there was more of it. That's really one of the things I didn't like. I wish there was more of it. So tell me what you think. Rate the video up or down. Let's get some comments going, and I'll see you next time. Bye.